Hey up, lad. Alrighty.
I want to do a very quick side-by-side comparison and why I switched over to this from this.
Alrighty.
Put on an apron just to give myself a few more legitimate woodworking creds. This one, lots of parts, takes a bit of time to put it together.
Out of the box, assembled in less than 5 minutes.
They're both benchtop drills. This one's big, this one's small. This one, you can work on the guns. Oh, this one, oh, you're probably gonna do your puppet valve. This one's biggest feature is you can move it all over the shop. This one, pick a spot, it's gonna stay there. And the beauty of being able to move this one all over the shop is when you've got those random big long pieces, this one, in its one position, in my shop, very hard to support long pieces without setting up all sorts of crazy things. For example, something like this, I would have to stack up a heap of timber somewhere else on the workbench or even on this island bench, depending on the angle or the length of that chunk of wood. This one, just move it. Chunk of wood, away we go. This one, chuck to the plate, is 320 mils. This one is 280 mils. Heaps. This one, depth of cut, is 94 millimeters. That's pretty good. The other one was 80, and it had those two annoying nuts that you'd have to find two spanners, tighten them up, and they would often vibrate loose and be absolutely shit. Depth to chuck is about 170 mil. This one is 120 mil. 50 mil less. For the work I'm doing in a small shop, I generally don't have to drill anything that far in anyway. This one's blue and this one's green. This one has lots of rusty pieces. This one looks like it has non-rusty pieces. And looking at this machine in other people's videos, I don't think this is going to be a rusty piece thing. This one, if you want to change the speed, you've got to dig in here and manually switch over the pulleys. And that's annoying. Ask anyone. To the point that I've never done it. This one has electronic digital speed and an LCD display. Who would have thought in the year 2022? Now there are definitely things that this machine can do that this can't do at all or very well. This one has the grunt, but I don't need the grunt. I've done things in the past on this that I now know I won't be able to do on this. Again, not a big deal to me. I'm definitely not shit canning this machine. It has been just fine. However, a little bit of buyer's remorse. When I saw this machine, watched a few reviews, this has the features that I need in a small shed. Rather than keep making comparisons, I'm just going to quickly show you the things that I love about this machine.
Bah, yeah, that's grand.
One of my other reasons at the moment is I am simplifying my small space that I have to work in. I've got rid of the bandsaw, no regrets. I'm now looking at my other machines where I can potentially make better use of the space, and I think this one is going to give me those benefits. So in short, if it doesn't need to be here, it's getting the ass. This one is probably going to give me a hernia.
Alrighty.
This one obviously doesn't have a tilt mechanism. However, for the amount of times that I think I'll actually drill on an angle, I'll probably just make a jig.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, these are the main reasons I have swapped over. Number one.
It's bloody bonza.
And for the next reasons, I've actually got to read the instructions because I've never actually turned this thing on. Number two, cool thing, to adjust the height of the overall unit. With that loosened off, you can just move it up and down. With that tightened off, the spring-loaded action then comes into play. This depth stop is actually number three, as opposed to a couple of bolts, which I never used because it's so primitive and really annoying. You'd have to buy some sort of aftermarket with the other one. This one, set the depth, and you can look at the digital gauge that you've just drilled down. You drop this, You lock it off, you have repeatable depth of cut. Ha! Ha ha! How good's that?
Hey, that's alright, isn't it? That's proper mint, that.
Still haven't read the instructions. All right, it's like this thing's made for me. It's pretty simple. Off, which is also your emergency stop, illumination, and then drill. Currently cranked up to 1,000,000 miles an hour. That is cool feature number 4. I've forgotten we're up to. Electronic speed control. Happy days.
That's right, mate.
Feature number 5 is this. Laser center finder.
What a little ripper.
LED light. The other one's got one, but this one's better. Feature number 6 is this little hold down apparatus.
What a little beauty.
Quick and easy mechanism of locking off my workpiece with that one, although I hadn't built any sort of jiggy table. Constantly putting F-clamps on, positioning. It was always a little bit of a pain in the ass. I dig
don't
that.
know how to respond to that.
I don't need you to respond, Siri. So that is feature number 6, and that'll do because I'm sold, obviously.
Bah, yeah, that's grand.
I don't do a lot of tool reviews because I haven't had enough tools to make comparisons. So this is the first time I've replaced something with something else. So I just wanted to show why I've done it, and all those reasons are why. Bonus number 6, keyless chuck. Fence on drill press. Who would have thought? Let's give this laser a go. Laser. Trying to zoom in here. Look at that. Laser. Dead eye dick. Check it out. That's cool. Laser. Got the nice little fence. I've set the laser beam to dead eye dick on my drilling point. Put the bit in. I'm now going to drill to a depth, set the depth with the digital gauge. So at the moment I've just zeroized it where it's touching the wood. I'm just going to drill in to the top of the Forstner bit. I'll then drop the depth, the manual depth stop that's up the back here, and then I'll have a digital reading, but I'll also have a manual stopper. The blade's a bit blunt. Stick with me. I can do the same hole 4 times on the 2 end mallet heads here. You can't see the laser once the Forstner is gone in. So what I need to do is set up this one, put a stop block here, then I can turn these around 4 times and I'll get 4 positions exactly the same. And I think we can say that I'm pretty stoked with this. Let me just show you one more thing. So I've spun this around. There's a locating pin there which can't sit, but there is a locking nut here to hold this in position. So you could flip this around and get yourself a little bit of pedestal action if you really needed to drill something tall. How do you like them apples?
Hey, that's alright, isn't it?
Alrighty, that's it for this machine. You'll see it a lot in my videos. Stay tuned, subscribe, and please like down below. Let's give this review as my first one a little nudge. See you later.
Oh! Alrighty! Alrighty! What a little ripper!